Hey y'all, welcome back to Jesse's Monthly Motivation, where, are you laughing? Are you laughing like that? Where last month we talked to you a little bit about how important it is to have a belief in yourself and how important that belief in yourself is to have a successful future and career. This month we want to talk to you about the importance of having a power stash like myself and how successful my power stash has made me. But on a serious note, this month I want to talk to you about how important it is to have a belief in a relationship with someone outside of yourself, whether it be a role model, a mentor, or a spiritual being. There's going to be times in your life where things are going to happen that are out of your control, they're out of your reach. There's going to be things that you could never imagine that might happen to you, whether it be a loss of a loved one or an illness, or just something with your career that could happen, or in the steps of trying to grow your career or start your career up. And it's always good to have a role model to be able to reach out to, whether it be with through financial support or just to speak to and to relieve some of that stress or some of that anger out, not on but with. I remember a very important stage in my career when I was growing Filingo fly fishing. I was at a point where, in order to get to the next step, I had to kind of do something outside of myself. So I started writing and reaching out and trying to write magazine articles. And I remember I had written a couple magazine articles, some that I didn't submit yet. And then I got to one that I wrote, and I was very, I was very positive about it. I thought it was really good. I thought it covered all the bases that different editors that I had spoken to had wanted. So I sent it out to several editors. And I remember I went fishing that morning. I was in a beautiful valley. And I just took a break after a few hours of fishing. I took a break on a rock because the only thing I could think about, even when I was fishing, is what these editors might have said, or if they responded back, or if they liked my work. So I was so excited to get to that next level. I was so excited to maybe have a chance in a magazine. And I'll never forget, I was sitting on that rock, and I got my phone out, which I seldomly do in fishing, and I read 3 responses from 3 different editors, all which said that my work wasn't up to par, it wasn't what they were looking for, maybe try something different next time. And it hurt. It really did. It hurt because it was a big letdown to me, and I took that out on myself. I hit myself for it, and for me, a big mentor is the Lord, and I was able to kind of reach out to Him and say, hey, I just need your strength, and that's so important because I can't say that, taking a hit like that, I beat myself up for it so badly. I might not have wanted to keep writing, but I did keep writing, and now I've got several magazines that are publishing my articles and that want to work with me and that are, telling me ways to do this or try this. So that's very important, is having that belief in someone or something, whether it be your father, whether it be a great friend in your life, because they could project you and get you past those bumps where it's hard to pull that belief out of yourself. And I wanted to share this with you guys because it was something that while I was working last night, I happened to stumble upon online, and it really touched me, and I feel like it would be great for this. But it was a quote that I read, and this is what the quote says. It says that some failure in life is inevitable, which we all know. I'm a subject to that. I've failed at a lot of things, as has everybody. But it says some failure in life is inevitable. It's impossible to live without failing at something. Unless you've lived so cautiously that you might not as well have lived at all, and in which that case, you failed by default. And I want to leave it on that note because you have to try. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to try to conquer mountains that you might think are impossible. And on that stage, you have to also have someone or something to believe in. Because there's going to be times when you need it, and when you combine those 2 things, that belief in yourself and that belief in someone, something, you're on your way to being very successful no matter what path you take. And that is, for month 2, a wrap.